with there being so many bourbon enthusiasts and nerds that I hang out with, there's several brands that I don't hear frequently enough, or I don't see enough in some of the groups that I post in. So today I wanted to just go through, give you my thoughts on a couple of these brands and see what your thoughts were. If you're interested in that, stick around. Hey guys, welcome back to Brutally Honest Bourbon. So today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about brands that we're just not talking about. I feel like we get stuck on a handful of brands and we don't talk about some of these others. Maybe we don't know about them, which for me, that's the beauty of the bourbon community, is people that live in other areas that have their Detling, right? I have Detling, I have Crittenden. Those are the two that I cling to. I love those brands. And there are people in other areas that have brands similar to those that they love. And so then they end up sharing a sample with me or invite me up to come try it or whatever. And so some of these are going to probably be brands that you haven't really heard of. And some of them will be no-brainers and no, it won't be a shocker to you. But first and foremost for me is going to be Redwood Empire. So these haystack needles are their juice. These are the only ones that you can do single barrels with. They do a lot for replenishment of trees. So for every bottle sold, they give back to planting trees. Really cool textures on their bottles. Even better, it's great whiskey inside and really good people there. Great people there. I enjoy all of their cask strength bourbons. The Pipe Dream is fantastic. I think for somebody starting out, just a regular Pipe Dream or a Pipe Dream 101 would be a very good entry bottle to whiskey. You may disagree with me on that, but I don't hear enough people talking about Redwood Empire, and they are making and sourcing and blending some really good whiskey. Another one that I definitely don't hear enough on is going to be my boys here in Tennessee, Old Glory. So this is a double oak. Would you just look at the color of that for a minute? Like, are you kidding me? And this is younger juice, guys. So they're aging stuff pretty rapidly. They distill on a pot still and a column. This is one of the first that they had double oak. And when we were there touring, they allowed us to try it out of the barrel. And, we had tried some of their other stuff that was a bit younger than that. And for me, it leaned more bright grape type flavors, but really good. Like nothing really wrong with it. Not a ton of like error or whatever in the whiskey or the distillation process that stood out. But when they turned us onto this double oak right here, it immediately turned to the profile that I really like. And I was very thankful to get that bottle. We'll be doing a barrel pick with them soon. I'll be helping the state of Georgia do barrel picks there. So we'll be spreading those all over the state of Georgia. But if you see these out and about, give them a try, man. The next one is a non-distilling producer, a good friend of mine, Joey. So Joey is down in Florida. He's on the coast, right there on the beach, and he's sourcing and finishing some fantastic whiskey. So far in 26, this is my favorite American light whiskey. It's a 99.1, but Joey is doing some really cool things there where he's having some barrels made specifically for him. He's very in tune with what he's asking for and what they're producing for him. And he's doing a lot of double oaking and finishing of some of the whiskey that he's sourcing. So he's putting his fingerprint on it, right? And making it his. But I will say that so far, this is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, American light whiskeys from this year. Essen Pikes Magnolia. So this is a brand that was resurrected. It originally started back in the 1800s, back before Prohibition. And they were rectifiers. They didn't distill whiskey even back then. Went away after Prohibition. It was resurrected a little bit later and then bought out of that resurrection by the current owner, Danielle. And she does like many other non-distilling producers. She will go and get a lot of these legacy distillery brands from wholesale and bring them back and age them even longer or double oak them or finish them. And we went there recently. And, I mean, they had a lot of really good stuff. This particular one is a wild turkey that they double oaked. So it's going to be an 8-year wild turkey that's double oaked at 122 proof. It's our pick. And it'll be coming to Brutally Honest 1 soon. So the Patreons will get to try that. I think they'll really like it. And I don't even know if I'm pronouncing the name right, but Sapphire. So this is a 9-year. It's going to be 136 proof from barrel 13. It's Kentucky bourbon whiskey. It was picked by Red Hot. And what little bit I do know is that the gentleman that owns Sapphire is really big into coffees. And when I say really big into coffees, I don't mean running down to Starbucks and ordering coffee. I mean, he's something like a sommelier of coffee. And so my understanding, he has a really refined palate, and he enjoys picking barrels and doing some different things. And this is a bottle I got from Rupin over at Red Hot, and I think it's absolutely fantastic. It says that it's small batch bourbon, distilled and bottled in Kentucky. So it's definitely Kentucky juice. Definitely got small batch all over it. Mike Sapphire is the gentleman that owns the place, right? So yeah, I've had a couple of their bottles and really, really enjoy them. JT Meleck out of Louisiana. So they're crawfish and rice farmers. Well, they started turning their rice into whiskey, and this stuff drinks so much like a bourbon that I probably could blind you on it, and you would think that it's a bourbon. It's darker. Think like darker Luxardo cherries, raisins. I think that's absolutely delicious. It doesn't have the syrupiness that you would have out of the corn, but it most certainly takes that barrel impact and has the flavor of a bourbon. I think this brand is starting to make a name for themselves, but I still don't hear enough of you talking about it. Onyx and Amber. I mean, look at the bottle. That bottle is beautiful. Single barrel, 7-year, OZ Tyler. One of the more unique mash bills over there that Jacob and them laid down. Fantastic. So it was the last one in the run of our pick. We had, I don't know, I think we might have had 10 or 12 different barrels to choose from. It was the absolute darkest. And when we tried it, I was like, this has got to be 12, 14 years. And it's at least a double oak, if not triple barrel. Like, so much sweet wood, sugar, barrel impact on that thing. Like, it's fantastic. And a lot of our members slept on it. And then once it was gone, they were like, damn it, I wish I would have got multiples, or I would have even gotten one, right? I will say that this is probably one of my favorite picks, 131 proof, and I love OZ Tyler. The next brand is going to be Buzzard Roost. Are we sleeping on them as a community? Brutally Honest to be doing a pick with them soon. We're lined up Halloween day to go in and do a pick with them. And I can't say enough about them. Again, they source. They have started doing some of their own distillation. They do everything double barrel. They have specific barrels made for them, very similar to what I was talking about with Old Cypress. Absolutely delicious whiskey. Absolutely delicious. I believe the majority of what they source is MGP. Maybe Bardstown too. I could be wrong on that, so correct me. But Buzzard Roost is sourcing the right barrels and doing the right things with them. I really like it. I just hate that I don't hear more people saying, man, I wish I could get in at Buzzard Roost and do a barrel pick. You need to. Some of you guys talk about them. I don't hear a lot of people talking about Driftless Glen, but I think Driftless Glen is doing some fantastic stuff. This is a 5-year, and I'm told that you're upwards of now, I think, 10-year. I think SLB just did a 10-year pick. I've been talking with them about doing a 10-year pick for us. I like how they literally put their thumbprint on every bottle. We were picking at them, said we would do a pick with them if they'd let me put my thumbprint in the glass. But, I mean, they're distilling their own juice. They're making fantastic whiskey. Their rye and their bourbon are good. I think they're probably more known for their ryes. But I really like what I've had from them. Switching gears from rye, let's talk a little bit about wheat. So Holiday Distillery. This bottle was picked by my good friend Michelle over at Heritage Liquor. There's her little Taylor sticker on the back. So this one was the oldest. The other one was the boldest. This is going to be a 6-year product. I mean, it's got really nice color on it to be a 6-year. And I don't hear enough people talking about them. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't talked enough about them. These other two, you may or may not even know about these other two, but this is Dayton, Ohio, Dietrich. And I've mentioned them before, and this one come directly from my friends up there in Ohio. So I'm very thankful that they put me on this. I swapped them out, put them on Silver Springs, and they turned around and put me on Dietrich, and we're both talking rye whiskeys, talking about a very small distillery there, super small. They lay down very few barrels, and they don't have a whole lot of really aged product, but I'm seeing a huge promise in what they do have. I thought this bottle was really good. Some people probably would think that it was a little young. And last but certainly not least, what do you guys know about Casey Jones? So, I don't even know that we can call this whiskey. This is 50% cane sugar and 50% yellow corn. We just picked a barrel with them. Our barrel pick will come in a bottle like this. This is actually a source juice that they put out for the 250th. Depending on which one this is, I think this is probably Green River that they sourced. If not, it's Kentucky Artisan distillate. But this thing right here, like, get over it. Maybe it's not whiskey. Maybe it's not bourbon. It drinks dark, sweet, think like Reasons candy. You know, that caramel, dark chocolate, like almost tear your teeth out candy. I do think that you have to enjoy the dessert pour for it. Can't wait to get ours and get the notes on it, because I don't remember all the notes I got on it. I just remember going through 4 or 5 barrels with him. I think 5. We got to 4, and I was finally like, I think I could pick that. Like, I always tell the group, if it is not something that you would want to buy multiples of, if it doesn't like set itself in your mind, like if you wouldn't have a memory, you would never remember that one, doesn't impact you, doesn't make your neurological senses fire to where you get excited, it's not pick worthy. It's just a shelfer, right? So the fourth one was kind of like, yeah. And then the last one we tried, which is the one we picked, did all that, checked every single box. I was like, wow, where was that this whole time? And he knew what he was doing, right? Trajectory, just like first barrel, second barrel, third barrel, fourth barrel. But they double oak these. It certainly helps them. I mean, I just think that's delicious. It's 100% Reasons candy. 100%. But anyway, so that's my thoughts on brands that I'm familiar with now because of our group. The bourbon community is teaching me things. You know, it's always somebody that teaches you about something that like you didn't know, and that's what I love about this community. So hopefully I've shown you a brand here that you might go out and try, or at least ask for a pour of it at a bottle share or at a buddy's house if they have it. So, and that buddy could be me. Come see me. But until the next time, guys, y'all let the whiskey and the friendships flow. Cheers.